Well, let me touch on this because I know we set it aside, the racial aspect. And I've been because it's so pervasive in it's always there and it's really frustrating. And let me just phrase it this way. Africa, it has been segmented, the different countries, the tribes, all that. And I
Mhm.
think we talked about this before, like Gaddafi and some of the other ones that were trying to solidify Africa. Like imagine Africa like the United States, where they all worked together. They had free flowing commerce. They had control of their natural resources. I mean, the precious stones, the gold. I mean, the natural resources in Africa are. I mean, they support the rest of the global economy, right? And yet,
Mhm.
within Africa, some of those countries and stuff are the poorest, most downtrodden, beaten groups of individuals anywhere in the world, right? And there's several countries, and there's a lot of global influence that has a interest in keeping it that way because Africa could be a fucking powerhouse, just the natural resources alone. But they keep them separated in, people in Congo, they're worse than the people in Kenya. We should fight and kill, whatever it is, whatever the tribal stuff is, right? It's kind of the same thing going on in America. They have to keep fucking white dudes, fucking black dudes, and fucking Hispanic dudes. Could you imagine if everyone just said, that's all stupid? We're American, men, women, whatever. We're here to work cohesively. If we didn't have this constant bubble of racial tension, always trying to separate every aspect and guarding and, overseeing you have to do this whole preamble to be like, I'm not racist and I respect the environment and whatever it is. It stymies actual growth and cohesion. And it's been a pervasive constant thing for 50 years maybe. And it's like, well, how can you forget what happened? It's like, I'm not forgetting. It's like at some point, could you imagine the power if we all just worked together? We didn't have to keep doing this fucking preamble every time we had a conversation, and we could just do our job or do this thing called growing a country. You know what I mean? How much money, time, energy, and lives have been wasted on this concept?
Yeah, I can imagine it. I can 100% imagine it. 100% see it. It's when you look at it at a macro level, it doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense.
The distraction.
It's just like I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we, I'm like,